Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode. This one is going to be about two trees. They are very similar, they just do opposite things. We're talking about the Siege to Sieze and the Defense Fortification trees. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are grinding these out or if you're doing the mastery text first, where you guys are at with these. I really didn't touch them too much. After getting my 4th drill grounds, I got my 4th hospital, and then I went right into the mastery trees. I pushed my special forces up to 80%. So just so you know, you have to get your special forces to 40% before you can unlock these two trees. So once you get to 40%, you should probably have your tier 10 troops. And the first thing you want to do is to come in here and get your 4th drill grounds. And then you're coming over to defense fortification and getting your 4th hospital. The more troops you have, the more hospital capacity you're going to need to handle all those dead troops if you're fighting, which I hope you are. Because at the end of the day, it is a war game. You're going to fight, you're going to lose troops. It is what it is. Looking at these trees, they are exactly what they say they are. The Siege to Sieze, that is an attack-focused tech tree. The defense fortification, it's for defending. So if you're trying to either A, you want to go for all out, you want to be able to attack people, attack things like Capitol buildings, Desert Storm, you're attacking the points of interest. You want to have that siege tech high because you're trying to increase the damage output for all your teams. That's where you want to be. Defense fortification, that's complete opposite. If you're worried about people attacking you, you want to defend spots, defense fortification is where you want to be. I think leveling the two up about equally is the way to play it because you don't want to be too weak on one versus the other. Me personally though, I do believe the Siege to Siege is a better tech tree. Why do I say that? Well, first of all, you are getting a lot of, your attack. The same thing with the defense fortification. The attack is for increasing the hero attack when you are the attacker, and then also your defense when you're the attacker, HP when you're attacker. Defense fortification, same thing, just reverse. However, the thing I like about this is you have the ability to increase the training speed of your troops. So if you're trying to build up your troops, you got the 4 drill grounds now. Now you need to be able to train troops to fill those drill grounds. This right here, plus the number of trainees, are excellent. I like that these are in here because you're not only attack focused, but you're able to get an increased amount of troops in a faster period of time. And then going down here, after you get your 4th drill grounds, you're able to train more troops. Now you're able to expand the drill grounds capacity. This tech tree is fantastic. I really like it. They have a lot of great stuff in here. Nothing in here that I say isn't worthwhile. This one boosts the squad's general march speed. It's always good to be able to march faster than somebody else. And then the very last thing is the casualty rate. So you're able to attack other players and increase the casualty rate of their heroes. The bottom, all these are going to be the exact same thing. You're just going to increase the attack, defense, and HP when attacking. And then going over to the defense fortification, you can see it is increasing your attack when you're the defender, defense, HP. Then moving down, you have the casualty rate reduction for your drill ground. So as you're getting hit, if you get burned, the casualty rate of your drill ground troops goes down. From there is the hospital capacity and the reduced resource cost for healing. I don't mind these too much. I don't really care too much about healing my troops because, typically I don't have a big issue with the hospital capacity or the cost for the cost of healing troops. To some players, if you don't have that many resources, or you're worried about spending a lot of resources, maybe you can work a lot on that. But for the most part, outside of seasons, you're only fighting on maybe a Saturday. So you're not having to worry about this all the time, so it's not as important. Though eventually I will circle back around to it just because it is nice to be able to not spend as much on your troops and increase the hospital capacity. Then we have another round of these techs which are increasing the hero attack, defense, and HP when defending. After that, you get down to the protection limit for food, iron, and coin. I could really care less about that. Absolutely. I don't like the protection in this game. It's, I would say, almost worthless. I don't know about you guys. If you have a different opinion, let me know in the comments below. Moving on, we have the general march speed. So very similar to what's in the Siege to Siege tech, you're going to have the general march speed in here as well. Then again, another round of the HP attack defense before getting into the decreased casualty rate of units in PvP battle. So the first one was the drill ground. This one is the actual units in PvP battle. So if you're attacking somebody, you lose units, the first one's not going to matter. This one will matter. And it's not on defense, and it could be on defense or attack. So it's not just limited to one or the other, which is kind of nice if you're worried about losing units. Overall, I say these are decent tech trees. Yes, they provide some good buffs for your team. But me personally, I'd like to work on these, but mostly aircraft masteries. Get the 4th drill grounds, get the 4th hospital, do a little bit of work on these. But aircraft mastery, tank mastery, missile mastery, whatever mastery you're working on, I would say focus more on those and have the siege and defense fortification more secondary, because they are mostly focused on one or the other, either attacking or defending, so you're not always getting those benefits. And they're only for PvP, so they're not going to help you in the entire game, just in PvP. So think about that if you're worried about world boss damage, or in the seasons you're trying to maximize taking dig sites, doom elites, things like that. Masteries are going to be better for you. And remember, they're increasing the hero attack, HP, and defense. It doesn't affect your units. It's strictly just the heroes that it's impacting. And that is it for this episode, everyone. Thanks again for watching. I hope to catch you guys in the next one.